Morning. Jungkook's bedroom. Author's POV. In his bedroom, Jungkook is applying medicine on her tattoo as she is currently sitting on his lap as he is forcefully caging her legs with his legs so he can apply medicine on her newly made tattoo that are swollen red and hurting badly. As he applied the medicine on her skin, Hwan hiss in pain and says in a sobbing voice, she yelp in pain and says, "Jungkook, why are you doing this? Just why? First you give me pain, then you apply medicine on my wound. What are you trying to achieve with this? You think I will forgive you by doing all this here?" Jungkook, not letting her speak further, he looked intensely at her eyes and says in a mocking tone, "Because I hate you so much, that's why I am doing this. You really don't know what you did in the past. Stop pretending to be innocent." He says it with a lot of anger in his voice as he makes his grip more tight on her waist and staring at her like a madman while some flashes of past comes in sight. Hwan, in my mind, as I listened to his words, I looked at him in shock and confusingly, his eyes showing me a lot of emotion like emptiness, so much anger, obsession, hate and love, and much more. Like he hates me more than he loves me. It was the first time I saw hate in his eyes towards me, like something in his past is related to me. Why I feel my heart is hurting when I see hate in his eyes for me for the first time. Why did he suddenly change so much as he never loved me? What is happening? Why did he doing this to me? Just why? He always says that he is obsessed with me, he loves me, and now why suddenly he says he hates me or I listen something else? What is he up to now? Jungkook. I looked at her and spoke to myself in my mind. There is so much hate and love at the same time in my heart for you, my baby doll. Because what you do in the past is not letting me ignore the fact that because of you I lost my parents, my beloved mom, dad died that day leaving me alone. They doesn't died in a car accident, they are tortured and murdered brutally that day. Because of your mom I never forgive them, and for you learn your lesson enough, that's why I forgive you, but not fully. Your punishment is still remaining my soft, innocent baby doll saying that he lost in his past memories of how his parents and grandparents died that day. Flashback. That day heavy rainfall, thunderstorm, and is going on at that time in a mansion where everywhere there are only dead bodies that can only be seen and a pool of blood everywhere. There is sitting a 15-year-old boy, Jungkook, kneeling towards the ground, who is wearing a suit that is drenched in blood. He is staring at the floor with an emotionless face. There is mom and dad dead body is lying on the ground lifeless within their own pool of blood. His mom wearing no clothes and her body is full of scars with blood oozing in it. As he see it, he collapsed on the ground and lower his head after seeing his mom naked. And in this condition, tears not stopping from his eyes, still he maintained to compose himself. With his shaky hands he remove his coat and cover her body with his shaky hands and her tightly in his arms and embrace her for the last time. His grandparents' lifeless body is also lying there, not uttering any words with his mouth as he is still sitting on the ground hugging her mother's body tightly. His 1,000 of bodyguards is just standing behind him lowering their heads. After some time, he gets up and spoke to one of his loyal bodyguards, who is also his big brother, that what he considers him. Young Mark finds out who is behind all of this. Mark, who is approximately the same age, is just 2 years older than him, says in an angry yet calm voice, "I already done that, boss. The one who is behind this is a Mexican old mafia don, Alexander Barbados, who is a heartless, notorious criminal. That is all I find about him, and everything in his name is so much confidential. I can't find any more information about him. That's so strange. I spread all my spies to find his information, but did not find anything except just his name. That's all I found, saying that he lowers his head in anger and guilt of not getting a chance to protect their parents, who is his own parents also, because they adopt him and love him like his own child. He clenched his hand in anger and pain after seeing his parents' condition. He wanted to cry, but he couldn't because he wanted to protect his brother, young master. He turns around and gives signal to his bodyguards to pick his grandparents' body and take them to their car. if they follow their second boss order. On the other side, Jungkook. In a painfully angry voice he says, "I won't leave you, Dawn, your bad time is started now." As he more tightly grips her mom's body in his arms. "Mom, if I come to know it before, this cannot be, you won't not leave me like that. I will take revenge for your humiliation and this condition of your. I won't let them be at peace, Mom. Believe me, Mom, I will make their life endlessly painful. I will make them pay every signal pain they give you. Please come back to me, Mom, please. I love you, Mom. Don't leave me, please. Me and Mark, Taeyoon, Jimin, they all need you, Mom. They don't even know what happens to you. How I tell them you are not alive anymore. They are out of town. What I tell them. Dad, please wake up, please. I will listen to your every signal thing, I promise, please just wake up. Who will scold me now? He is mourning his parents' death." Mark touches his shoulder to console him and said in a sad, painful yet calm tone, "Take a hold on yourself, Jungkook, you can't break like this. You have to become Mafia King to protect our one and only sister, Lucy, right? Stand up, we have to leave this place." Jungkook, listening to his big brother's words, he turns his head towards him and says, "Call Kim, Taeyoon, and Park Jimin back from their mission and tell them straight come to meet me as soon as possible, no more delay," saying that he turn and lift his mom's body in his arms and walk further, telling Mark and Raka, Mark's personal bodyguard, to lift his dad's dead body and put him in his black SUV securely and take him to his dark mansion. As he is going out from that luxurious mansion that is some time before a beautiful house has now become a horrifying place for him. There is only blood all around that place where he spent his childhood, all the happy memories flashing back in his mind as an unknowingly tear dropped from his eyes. He is walking in his own dilemma when he suddenly listens a muffled, painful groaning sound coming from a nearby corridor room, and now it becomes more clear in every step he takes towards the corridor. Recognizing the voice, his ear alert, and his eyes become wide as he walked fast towards the corridor room but stopped in his tracks as he was holding her mom's body in his arms, so he turned and said to his big brother/bodyguard Mark to take his mom's dead body securely towards his cars and drove off to his mansion. Then he rushes back towards the last room of the corridor where sound is coming. Jungkook, in his mind, "It can't be no. Not my sister Lucy, my Munchin, no." Saying that he runs more fast. Mark, seeing Jungkook running back towards the corridor again, I became confused, then I gave my personal bodyguard order to take Mom to his car and drove off safely towards Jungkook mansion right now fast. Personal bodyguard of Mark. Yes, boss, saying that he left from there as I run behind Jungkook where he goes. While running, I listen a loud, painful groaning sound like someone is in lot of pain, and that sound are coming from the last corridor room. After listening carefully, I immediately recognize the voice. It is Lucy's voice. I become shocked and numb. No, it can't be. Lucy, she came back from the USA. How come I don't know about it? No, it can't happen. Nua, after realizing the meaning behind that groaning sound, I ran fast there with my bodyguards behind my back. Mark. Oh God, Lucy, no, why are you here? You have to be in USA, why are you here? Just why? Why God, why? On the other side, Jungkook POV. While running, all bad thoughts are coming in my mind. As I get there, all my bad thoughts come to reality when I see her. Only one word in my head is no. No, it can't be. It is just a terrible nightmare, it will go soon. No brother could see his sister's this condition with his eyes, but I'm seeing it. How horrible I am that I can't even save my family, thinking that I scream in pain. No, not my sister. Seeing the sight of my sister, I froze. My full body became numb, my legs are giving up. Only one word come out of my mouth in a soft muffled sound. My Munchin, a painful tear left from eyes as I collapse on the ground. My innocent, only 13-year-old sister is lying on the ground, fully covered in blood and deep wounds all over her body, and her face are fully damaged with a lot of bruised on her face. Lips, eyes are bleeding. Her condition is horrifying and unrecognizable. I can't even look at her properly. They ruin her. She is not even moving. My munchin is breathing heavily and hissing in pain.